You know, Burke, I don't know which species is worse. Ellen Ripley, Aliens. Hi, I'm Dice Baby, and I review games so that you don't have to. Today, I'm reviewing the Alien RPG. First released from Free League Publishing in December of 2019. The Alien RPG sets itself in the Alien franchise universe, where it's dark, eerie, and dangerous. It's a game around a tense and dark focus, with somber tones and slowly creeping horror as you feel the pressure coming in. It's designed to keep players on their toes. In this review, we'll be going over the game's positives and negative aspects, as well as diving deep into some of the dynamics and rules of the game, so you can decide if this is the right game system for you and your friends to use. First, let's talk about the game's presentation. In the book, you'll find rules are easily laid out to read, with clear and concise charts and examples of how things should run, as well as beautiful artwork that really helps encompass the feel of the films. In the core book, they have all the rules, and they break it down quite simply by good sections, and it feels like an easy flow of how it goes from chapter to chapter. About halfway through it gets some valuable resources for your game level, which allows you to create worlds, and includes things like different political parties and different regions, the Weyland-Yutani corporations and other corporations that are opposing them. It also breaks down into different planets, different ships, gives structure and details around them. Built into the front of the book is a star map of the current known system. Everything in the products that they've released so far has had the alien feel to it, which has really helped with the immersion. Even down to the D6 dice they've released, which have face huggers printed on it for your ones. Moving on to gameplay. Free League Publishing does a wonderful job of making every scenario feel like there's a sense of danger and tension for the players, never knowing quite what's hiding around the corner or in the vents above. The game mechanics are pretty straightforward, but they still allow for plenty of depth and strategy from the players. For players, you'll be constantly exposed to stressful events or stressful situations that will increase your stress level. However, stress is not necessarily always a bad thing, as a 6 on a stress die still counts as a success, so it can actually aid you further on. However, ones will always result in a panic roll, which may mean something happens. A panic roll can result in anything from being you keep it together, to letting out a blood-curdling scream, giving away your location to enemies, to even going full-on berserk and attacking the closest creature, even if it's a teammate, until they are broken. Managing your stress levels is a critical part of the game as a player, and can often be just as challenging as dealing with the xenomorphs in an overrun base. Combat in Alien RPG is often intense and deadly, just like the movies. Players will need to be smart, strategic, and have a little bit of luck, so that they can take down the enemies without getting taken down themselves. Often cover or hiding is the best option. The game is based on a D6 dice pool system. A player will roll a number of D6 dice, or 6-sided dice, based on the number of their attributes and skills related to the rolls and checks. This is the same for combat, however it is broken into separate sections for long-range combat or close combat. Successes are counted as any die that roll and show a 6 on the face. Any additional successes beyond the first can be used to purchase what's known as stunts. Stunts are little things you can do to make the game easy for yourself as you go along, and the game level will pass out a list of potential stunts you can use upon getting a second success. The great thing is, you don't need to spend an abundance of money on dice to play the game. I mean, it is nice to have the large set of the stress dice and the skill dice. However, you can just have a single die to represent your skill and a single die of another colour to represent your stress. This, however, means you have to roll multiple times for each. Another great thing about the game is when you're playing an ongoing campaign, there's enough flexibility and wiggle in the rules to to allow character customization so you can create a character that suits your playstyle. Another key aspect of the dynamics of the Alien RPG game is the use of what's known as cinematic scenarios. In cinematic scenarios, these are designed to be short stories. They're designed to feel like movies or a TV show in the sense of it's one chapter, it's not an ongoing story. Cinematic scenarios can be played over a few short sessions or one longer session. Recently, I played a group for Hope's Last Day, which is found in the back of the main book. This took a little over 2.5 hours. However, the book does say it can be played in under 2 hours. Cinematic scenarios are tightly structured and tense to give players a more immersive feel into the game. They're complete with twists and turns that are designed to keep players on the edge of their seat. Another nifty feature of cinematic scenarios includes pre-generated characters, and often the boxes come with handouts that represent your weapons, vehicles, and other useful items you may be holding. There are currently 3 cinematic scenarios outside of this book available, and they are The Chariots of the Gods, The Heart of Darkness, and Destroyer of Worlds. Strung together, they form a small, overarching story. However, each can be played individually and doesn't require prior play of the others. Campaign play is more open-ended and free-form and is designed around the exploration of the alien universe. Often, it may take a couple of sessions before a player even encounters a xenomorph. You may be up to jobs like assisting on a new shake and bake planet, or dealing with space pirates who are causing problems for the company. While still tense and dangerous, they tend to focus less on a specific plot and more around each player's agenda and beliefs and what they're trying to achieve. Another great aspect of the Alien RPG is that the creator, Andrew E.C. Gasker, is often involved on community Facebook pages and will often answer questions or reply to comments that are helpful to players. This sort of engagement is rare to find in the current TTRPG community from the creators. This shows a real commitment to the game and helping improve the community. However, for all its positives, there are some negatives to consider. Though the game mechanics are quite strong, quite solid, they can be a little bit clunky at times, which often felt early games had to pause, stop and go, hang on, let me look that up. Which obviously with time, as you get to learn the rules, does pass. Another negative is, combat can often become slow and complicated, especially when you have a larger group of players. I would recommend, if you're a first time game over, no more than 5 players at your table. And while the game does a great job creating an element of tension, that tension can turn to frustration for players as things don't go their way or they can encounter continual problems through continual failed rolls. Unfortunately, if you fail at a roll, you can push it to try again, but if you fail at a push roll, that's it for your character. You can't try to make the same roll again and again and again. Another negative is the game's lack of versatility. Unfortunately, it can't spread across multiple sort of genres. It sits within that niche market of a horror survival game. If you're looking for something that you can possibly set something in a lush forest or something a bit more fantasy, this probably isn't the game for you. In conclusion, if you're a fan of survival horror games or sci-fi games, this game does a wonderful job capturing the presence of the Alien movies and franchise. It's beautifully designed and captures a tense danger that few other RPGs have managed to capture through their rules. The game's dynamics help to capture an intense and a thrilling experience. While the game has its flaws, I would definitely recommend it to anyone who's looking for a sci-fi tabletop RPG or something with edge of the seat and tense sort of horror survival vibes. Overall, I'm going to have to give Alien RPG 3.5 alien eggs out of 5. Once again, I'm Dice Baby, and thank you for watching my review on the Alien RPG. If you enjoyed it, please like and comment. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel for more TTRPG related content and reviews. Thank you.